Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Namaste to all gadgeted officers, IS, IPS, doctors, surgeon. Success is not about doing everything in one day. My dear aspirants, success is not about doing everything in one day. It is about doing small things consistently every day. So success is not about doing everything in one day. It is about doing small things consistently every day. Learning English grammar is just like that. Step by step, rule by rule, we become stronger and more confident. In the last video, we discussed some basic rules of subject-verb agreement. Today in part 2, we will continue with many more important rules that will help you master this topic. My aim is to teach you the entire parts of speech through subject-verb agreement rules so that your basics become strong and you can apply them in exams with full confidence. On my channel, you will find weekly current affairs in science and technology for UPSC, BPSC, UPPCS, State PCS, SSC, SBI, NDA, CDS, ACIO, and many other competitive exams. Detailed biology and biotechnology videos for NEET, AIMS, UPSC, BPSC, State PCS aspirants. And of course, English grammar series for SSC, banking, UPSC, BPSC, State PCS, NDA, CDS, and many other competitive exams. Uh, I upload at least 3 videos every week: English, biology, and weekly current affairs, science, and technology. So stay connected and keep learning with me. Remember, aspirants, remember, my dear students, grammar is not just about exams. It is about expressing yourself clearly and confidently. Grammar is not just about exam, it is about expressing yourself clearly and confidently. Every new rule you learn is one more step toward your success. So keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, because consistency turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary results. If you remain consistent, it turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary results. After watching this video, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let's keep learning together. Let's get started. So the subject verb pair must adhere to a few conditions for its correct usage in any sentence. So subject verb agreement always follow few rules. First rule is subject verb must exist. In any sentence, there should be a presence of subject and verb. Then second rule is subject verb must agree in numbers. If subject is singular, verb must be singular. If subject is plural, verb must be plural. Third rule is subject verb must make sense with each other. If you are using subject verb in your sentences, that the subject and verb will definitely give logical meaning, proper meaning, clear grammatical meaning. So these are the 3 rules, which is a basic rule. First one is we have learned in the previous videos few rules, and we will now in this video we will be continuing. First rule is subject verb agree in number. In other words, this subject and verb can be identified as singular and plural. It means the subject must agree in number with its verb. If the subject is singular, then its verb must also be plural. If the subject is singular, then its verb must also be singular. If the subject is plural, then its verb must also be plural. Example sentence is given: the nails in the box that is made up of wood are rusted. The nails is main subject. It is a plural. The nails. The nails are rusted. So the subject is plural, the nails. So we have to use plural verb. are. The nails are rusted. In middle of the sentence, it is given the nail in the box that is made up of wood are rusted. So in the box, the nails which are kept in the box. So in the box that is made up of wood. So the box is a particular box, a specific box, single box. So we have used single verb is. In the box that is made up of wood or rusted. So the nails sentence is the nails in the box that is made up of wood or rusted. So the nails are rusted, nails plural subject and verb plural. In the box, box means a particular subject, one singular box. So it carries singular verb is in the box that is made up of wood or rusted. So it is correct sentence. Next example, the sentence is correct. Next example is given. The scientists describe global warming as a phenomenon that is caused by human beings. The scientist. It is a plural subject. The scientist. No, verb use is describes. It is a singular verb. So in the starting, we can recognize the sentence is wrong. The scientist, plural subject. After that, we have used singular verb, describes. The sentence is wrong. The scientist describe. Correct one is the scientist describe, not the scientist describes. So the scientist as plural subject carries plural verb. So it should be correct one is describe. The scientist describe global warming as a phenomenon that is caused by human being. Second, as a phenomenon that is caused, why it is used is a singular verb, because it is explaining about a single process, single phenomena, and that single phenomena is a global warming. So we have used that is singular verb. So the middle of the sentence is correct one, but the starting is wrong. So the sentence is incorrect and is this sentence is totally incorrect because the subject is plural and the verb is singular. And sentence is incorrect. Few golden tips before appearing to tier 1 and tier 2 of any competitive exams. My dear students, kindly note down. First, number agreement, singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. And it's singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. So these subject verb agreements always give logic agreements. The meaning of the sentence should be logical. If the sentence is long, how to spot out the error in a sentence, how to check out an error in a sentence? First, you have to break it down into subject and verb. If whenever you see a long sentence and you have to correct that sentence, you have to what to do? You have to just break it down to subject plus verb. Check here, check in that subject, subject and verb. Subject-verb agreement, and then also check the logic of the sentence. If the sentence should be giving proper meaning, complete meaning, logical meaning. Meaning should be logical. So subject plus verb, check number and logic for subject-verb agreement. Number, subject and verb must agree in number. Singular subject, singular verb. Example sentence, the dog barks loudly. Sentence is correct. If we will use bark, it wrongs. Why it is wrong? Reason is bark is plural. The dog is singular subject, so we have to use singular verb, barks. So the dog barks loudly, correct sentence. Plural subject, plural verb. So the dog bark loudly is correct. If we use plural singular verb barks, then it becomes wrong. Plural subject, plural verb. The dogs bark loudly is correct one. The dogs barks loudly, incorrect. So plural subject, plural verb. The dogs, plural subject, bark, plural verb. Next rule is the verb must make logical sense with the subject. The sentence must give logical meaning. The news is interesting. The news, that is singular idea. Specific news is interesting. We cannot say the news are interesting. So it becomes wrong. The news is interesting is a singular. We have to use singular verb is. because the news is a singular idea, single specific news, single news. Now the next example is given: the Caesar are on the table. The Caesars are always present in pairs, so the Caesar we have to plural subject, we have to use plural verb are. The Caesars are on the table. It is a correct sentence. We cannot use the Caesars is on the table, so it becomes wrong. Now, if we look at a long sentence, just what to do? You have to break it into smaller one and check out subject and verb agreement. Now, first example sentence is given, which is a long sentence. The group of students who were preparing for the exam in the library was making a lot of noise. So, sentence is long. It's a little difficult to check out and point out error in this sentence. First to look at subject. The subject is the group, the group, the group. So group means one specific group, one group, the group. So the group is singular subject, so we have to use singular verb. The group was making a lot of noise, not the group were making a lot of noise. The group was making a lot of noise because the group is single group. So singular subject, so we have to use singular verb was. Now, the group of students plural. So, in this case, we have explaining about the students, then we have to use who were preparing for the exam. Students who were preparing for the exam. So, first look at the main subject, and based on that, the verb should be used, and then move towards another subject, and based on that subject, we have to use verb. The group was making a lot of noise because that is specific group, students, plural subject, so we have to use who, where. Now, next example sentence is given, long sentence. The players who train hard in the camp are winning matches easily. In this case, the players means a plural subject. The players. So, we have to use plural verb. The players who train hard in the camp are, not is, are winning matches easily. So in this way, we have to cut long sentences, look at the subject verb agreement, and based on the singular plural subject, we have to use singular plural verb. And the sentence should always give logical meaning. So subject verb must make sense. It always give clarity, completeness, grammar. It should be grammatically correct. So a few example is given. The singular subject takes singular verbs. The cat sleeps. Plural subject take plural verbs. So the cats sleep. The cat sleep. The cat singular subject sleeps, singular verb. Next example sentence is the cats sleep. The cats plural subject sleep, plural verb. Now, if this rule, if you do not follow this rule, so it will lead to the sentence, it should be grammatically incorrect, it should lead confusion also, and make the sentence incorrect. Example sentence, a few example is again, few examples are given in the slide again. The dog are playing. The dog are playing. It's a wrong sentence because the dog is singular subject. So we have to use the dog is playing. The dogs are playing is correct one because the dogs plural subject, so we have to use plural verb are. The dogs are playing. Subject verb, next rule is subject verb must make sense with each other. So the sentence should be logical, sentence should give complete meaning, correct meaning. Example sentence, the impressive profile of this person is among the wealthiest in the world. The impressive profile of this person is among the wealthiest in the world. So, in this example sentence, a profile of a person cannot be wealthy. As we know that a profile of a person cannot be wealthy, it is a person who can be wealthy. So, this sentence is incorrect. The impressive profile of this person is among the wealthiest in the world. So, this sentence is indicating the profile is wealthy. A profile of a person cannot be wealthy. It is a person who can be healthy. So this sentence is incorrect. it is not giving logical meaning. Next example sentence is given. The person with an impressive profile is among the wealthiest in the world. So this sentence is giving proper meaning, logical meaning, because it is indicating about a particular person who is richest in the world. So it is indicating about a subject, about a person who is richest in the world. So it is giving proper meaning, logical meaning. So it is very important to note down that subject verb must make sense with each other. The example sentence second is given. The person with an impressive profile is among the wealthiest in the world is correct sentence because it is giving proper meaning, logical meaning, because it is indicating about a particular person which is one of the richest in the world. So it is giving proper logical meaning. Previous example is given. The impressive profile of this person is among the wealthiest in the world is wrong because it is not giving proper logical meaning as the subject makes no sense with its verb. The rule subject and verb must make sense together means the verb should logically agree with the subject and both in meaning and grammar. So subject and verb must make sense together means when there is a subject and verb, they will give logical meaning, complete meaning, proper meaning. That meaning should be logical and it should be grammatically correct also. It is not only about singular plural agreement but also about where the accent fits the subject correctly. It must give logical meaning. Correct sentences, just note down, and few incorrect sentences which does not make sense. Correct is the teacher teaches English. Correct sentence because a specific teacher who teaches English. So teach singular subject, singular verb. The dog bark loudly. The dog's plural subject, plural verb, and it is a logical meaning. Dog often bark. Now, incorrect, we cannot say the teacher bark loudly. So, verb does not make sense with the subject. We also cannot say or speak that dogs teaches English. Dogs don't teach. Verb does not make sense with subject. So, it should be logical. So the subject and verb must not only does not only match in singular plural arrangement but also in logic. It is a very important point. It is not only that subject and verb are agreeing in their singular and plural arrangement, but it should be logical also. So if the verb describe an action, the subject cannot perform, the sentence is illogical. If we are using any verbs and that action is not fit according to the subject, then the sentence is illogical. So in short, the verb must be something the subject which can be realistic do. So it is about the subject and verb must make sense together. Now one more rule is about all and some. We have learned in the previous video about indefinite pronouns. So a few indefinite pronouns, all, any, more, most, and some are singular. We have learned in the previous video. So when they refer to something singular, but plural when they refer to something plural. So with this word, the word in the prepositional phrase does affect the verb. So points should be noted when the word used in the prepositional phrase does affect the verb. Look at few examples. All the of the bread has been eaten. All of the bread. All of the breads. Bread is singular. Of the bread is prepositional phrase. But bread is singular. So we have to use singular verb has been eaten. We cannot say all of the bread have been eaten. It is incorrect because we have to use verb according to the prepositional phrase. So prepositional phrase does affect the verb. Of the bread is prepositional phrase, so we have to use according to the bread is singular. So we have to use singular verb. All of the bread has been eaten. Next example sentence, all of the cakes have been eaten. Cakes, plural. Cakes is plural. So the verb used is plural. Have been eaten. Now, next example sentence is, some of the worst mistake of my life have been haircuts. So in this case, mistakes is plural. So we have to use verb plural, have. So we have, whenever we are using some or all, we have to look at the prepositional phrase and the verb is used according to the prepositional phrase. Can you note down whenever you are using all and some in your sentences? Now, next point should be note down. This also happened with terms like a half, a percentage, a proportion, a majority of. When you are using these words in your sentences, half of the bread is missing. That time also you have to look at the prepositional phrase of the bread. Half of the bread means bread is singular, so we have to use is singular verb. The majority of the cakes are missing. So cakes plural. So we have to use plural verb are. So very important point, whenever you are using all and some in your sentences, look at the prepositional phrase if you are using in that specific sentence, and based on the prepositional phrase you have to use verb. Second, whenever you are using a half, a percentage, a proportion, a majority of, based on that you have to use verb. Based on that, you have to use verb. If of the bread, half of the bread is singular, we have to use singular verb. The majority of the cakes are plural, we have to use plural verb. Next rules is, expression of money, time and measurements usually take a singular verb. Expression of money, time and measurement oftenly take a singular verb. Usually take a singular verb when you are expressing money, time and measurement in your sentences. If the subject refers to the total amount, if the subject refers to the wholesome amount, use singular verb. Example sentences are given. $10 is not enough to buy a decent dress. So $10 we have to use, it is used as a total amount. It is referring to the total amount. So we have to use singular verb. $10, then singular verb is, because $10 means total amount. Next example sentence is given. 5 years is too long to live away from home. Same 5 years refers to a total period of time. So we have to use singular verb is, not are. Now next example sentence is given. 10 kilometers looks far from here. So 10 kilometers is again refers to a total distance. So 10 kilometers looks far from here. It is about whenever a subject, whenever you are using time or money or any measurement, and it refers to the total sum of money, total distance, total period of time, total distance. So it always refers to total amount, total money, total distance. So it always uses singular verbs. Next point should be note down when referring to when we are indicating to it refers to multiple units of money, time or measurement, use plural verbs. When when we are using money, time and measurement, and meaning of that money, time and measurement is are about multiple units of money. It is indicating multiple units of money, time or a measurement. We have to use plural verb. Few example sentences are given. Hundreds of thousands were stolen from his house. Hundreds of thousands were stolen from. It's referring to a multiple units. Hundreds of thousands. So we have to use plural verb where. Next example sentence is given, 500 hours were dedicated to the project. So it is indicating about the multiple units of time. 500 means multiple 500 hours. So it indicates about the multiple units, 500 hours. So we have to use where. Next example sentence is 6 square meters of an abandoned house occupy the village. Occupy plural verb. Reason 60 square meters. It is indicating about the multiple units of measurement. 60 square meters. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, then 60 square meters means multiple measurement. So when it is indicating multiple units of measurement, unit of measurements, we have to use plural verb. So hundred of thousand means hundred of thousand, it becomes a multiple unit of time. So we have to use plural verb. Where stolen 500 hours were dedicated to the subject. So 500, so it becomes 100, 200, 300, 400. So multiple unit of time. So we have to use plural verbs. So when it refers to multiple units of money, time or measurement, we have to use plural verb. So a few example sentences given. There is a few specific rules about a amount of money versus dollar or cent. What are the rule is? First rule is $5,000. Look at an example. $5,000 was deposited at the bank this morning. $5,000 was deposited at the bank this morning. So in this case, it refers to an amount of money, $5,000. It is an amount of money. So we have to use singular verb. Total amount, $5,000. So total amount, how much you are depositing? Yeah, you have deposited, that is a $5,000. So we have to use singular verb, was. It was deposited $5,000. Total amount, that is a $5,000, was deposited at the bank this morning. Next example sentence is given. So we have to use singular verb. Now next example sentence is given. $5,000 bills. $5,000 bills were deposited at the bank this morning. So in this sentence, dollars, $5,000. 5,000, imagine about that $5,000 bills. So bills are many bills, many multiple bills, many bills, multiple bills. So in this case, we have to use plural verb. Bills were deposited, not was deposited, because it is a multiple bills, many bills, $5,000 bills. So in the first sentence, $5,000 was deposited at the bank this morning. It means it is a check. It is a check written out for $5,000 being handed to a bank teller. Next example sentence is given. $5,000 bills were deposited at the bank this morning. So in the second example, it is imagined that someone is carrying several bags. Someone is carrying several bags. Someone was carrying several bags into the bag, and each filled with $1 bills. Lugging means carrying something with difficulty because of its heaviness. So $5,000 bills. So these several bills, many bills were kept into one bag. So many bills. So $5,000 bills, plural verbs, were deposited at the bank this morning. Now, when dealing with expression of money, time or measurement that refer to a total amount, which I explained you along with many example, the verb should be singular. When dealing with expression of money, time or measurement that refer to a total amount, which is indicating about a total amount, then we have to use singular verb. This is because the expression is being treated as a single unit or single quantity, a single amount, a single total money, total single measurement. So rather than a collection of individual items. Total amounts, if the subject is a sum of money, a period of time, or a sum of measurement, so it is being considered as a single entity. Use a singular verb. If the subject, if we are using subject in a sentence and it is indicating a sum of money or total of a period of time, a total of measurement, so it is used as a considered as a single unit. So we have to use singular verb. Example sentence: $10 is not enough to buy a decent dress. Result, same here. Sum of money, total amount. 5 years is too long to live away from home. So total period of time 5 years. So we have to use is singular verb. 10 kilometers is far from here. So it is indicating about the single entity, means total 10 distance is 10 kilometers. So we have to use singular verb. 2 hours was enough for cooking dinner. So it is about the single entity indicating, means total period of time is 2 hours. So we have to use singular verb was. 2 hours was enough for cooking dinners. So when we are using some money, period of time, a measurement, and it is considered as a single entity or indicating total period of time, total money, total measurement. So we have to use singular verb. Contrast with individual items, when we are referring to the collection of individual items, multiple items, then we have to use plural verb. So if the subject refers to individual items within the measurement, then a plural verb might be appropriate. Example sentence is given. The final 5 miles of the marathon are the most difficult. In this case, the final 5 miles of the marathon. So it is indicating about the collection of final 5 miles of marathons. So we have to use plural verb. The final 5 miles of the marathon are the most difficult. So subject is, the head's main subject is miles, plural. How many miles? So it becomes final 5 miles. So we have to use plural verb are. So each of the last 5 miles. So we have counted all the last 5 miles. So this is the reason we have to use plural verb. Plural is correct. Each of the last 5 miles feels tough for the runners. So we have to use correct verb should be plural, are. If we are using, look at the rule that when a measurement amount is seen as a whole, then we have to use singular verb. 5 miles is a long distance. It is a singular verb. It is a correct one. But when you are using this in your sentence like that, the final 5 miles are the most difficult. Reason, each of the last 5 miles you are counting. So it becomes a separate parts, a separate units. When the measurement refers to the separate parts, separate units. So each of the last 5 miles. So we have to use plural verb are. Same few example sentences given for a measurement and units. A money amount, 10 rupees is not enough. Total 10 rupees. So we have to use singular verb. The last 10 rupees are missing from my pocket. So in this case, the last 10 rupees is a separate unit. The last 10 rupees, which is refers to a separate unit, the last 10 rupees. So we have to use plural verb. Now next rule is some nouns end in S but are usually singular and require singular verbs. Examples are physics, mathematics, news, measles, mumps, rabies, civics, billiards. So these nouns mostly end with S but are usually singular and require a singular verbs. So what are the few example is given? Some noun end in S but are treated as singular and it always require a singular verbs. Example include few subjects like physics, mathematics, civics, few diseases like measles, mumps, rabies, few games names is billiards. So these noun despite ending in S represent single entities or single concept. So subject of study, singular subject requires singular verb. Few example are subject of study physics, mathematics, civics, economics. Diseases, measles, mumps, rabies. Games, billiards, gymnastics. Other singular noun ending in S. News is another example of a noun ending in S. It is always treated as singular. News, that is treated as singular. It is important to remember these exceptions when ensuring correct subject-verb agreement in sentence, and it will help you to spot out error. Nouns ending in is but singular, take singular verb. Physics is my favorite subject. Mathematics is difficult for many students. Economics is an important subject. Statistic is a useful tool in research. Politics is a dirty game. Some say the news is spreading fast. Measles is a dangerous disease. Mumps is contagious, infectious. Rabies is a fatal disease which causes death. Civics is taught in school. Billiards is played worldwide. Linguistic is the study of language. Athletes is encouraged in school. So these are few nouns. You have to just keep it, memorizing it. Tricks to remember: if the word refers to a field of study, disease, or game, it is usually singular despite ending in S. Exam tip for SSC UPSC bank exam: always check the meaning, not just the form of the word. Ending in S is not always plural. Kindly note down, my dear students, if any subject or noun is ending, subject is ending in S, is not always plural. So this is about the list you have to memorize and you have to just use in your daily life, practice it. These are the nouns which are ending in S but carry singular verbs. In this, news is also singular. The news is spreading fast. Measles, mumps, rabies, civics, billiards, physics, mathematics, economics, statistics, politics. These are ending in S, but always take singular verb. A next rule is in sentences beginning with there and here. In sentences beginning with there and here, the verb comes first before the subject. Very important point: when you are using sentences and sentences is starting with there and here. So, what is in that sentence? The verb comes before the subject. The verb comes before the subject. So, you have to determine the subject and make sure the verb agrees with it. Look at many examples are given. Here is my mobile number. So, we have used here, then verb, and then mobile number, subject. Here are my favorite colors. Here, then verb, and then my favorite colors. Colors, plural verb, plural subject, so we have to use plural verb. There are unwritten books in your bag. Books, plural subject, so we have to use plural verb. There are. So whenever we are using there and here in our sentences, the verb comes first before the subject, and subject verb agreement take place accordingly with the subject, whether it is singular or plural. So it is crucial to identify the true subject and ensure the verb agrees with true subject. Here and there are only introductory words. It is not subjects. Points should be noted. Here and there are only you are using in your sentences as an introductory words. It is not subjects. So sentences beginning with here and there often have an inverted structures where the verb appears before the subject. So these type of sentences using which are using here and there are known as the inverted structure, because in this case we are using here and there at the beginning of sentence, and then the verb comes before the subject. The verb comes first before the subject. So it is called inverted. This is the reason it is called inverted structure. So you have to identify subject, and based on the subject you have to use verb. If subject is singular, you have to use singular verb after here. If subject is plural, you have to use plural verb before the subject. So here when you are using here and there in your sentences, that sentences becomes inverted structure, because in this case the verb comes before the subject. Here is my mobile number. So here then verb, then my mobile number. It is a singular subject, so we have to use singular verb. Here are my favorite colors. Colors plural subject, so we have to use plural verb. So after here, then we have to use verb, and then after we have to use subject. So this is the reason we are saying this type of structure is inverted structure. So here is the book. So the verb is and the subject is book, singular subject. So here is merely an introductory adverb. It is not the subject. Very important point. Here is only used as an introductory adverb. It is not an subject. About the verb must agree in number, singular or plural, with the subject, regardless of the inverted structure, regardless of the here or there we are using in our sentences. So these inverted structure emphasizes the location or existence of the subject. What is the reason of using here, there in our sentences? So these inverted structure emphasizes location or exist subject. Here is the book, there is the book. So it is emphasizing the location or existence of the subject. So for that purpose we are using here or there and making the sentence inverted. Now, when a subject sentence begins with here or there in the verb comes before the subject. The verb must agree with the real subject that follows. There is a book on the table, table singular, so we have to use singular verb. There are many books on the table, so uh, many books plural, so we have to use plural verb. Here is your pen, pen singular, so say subject, we have to use singular verb. Here are your keys, keys plural. We have to use plural verb are. There has been a problem with the system. So problem, a problem. There has been a problem. A problem is singular, so we have to use singular verb has been. There have been many complaints today. Today, many complaints, plural subject, so we have to use have been plural verb. So always remember, look after the verb. First, you have to look at the means true subject and then match the verb accordingly. We uses a verb inverted structure, that is here and there. We always use here and there to emphasize the location of an subject. So which this is the case, we always use the inverted structure here and there to emphasize the location or existence of the subject. So all the example is emphasizing the location or existence of the subject. So there are a few examples. There is a book on the table. There are many books on the table. There has been a problem with the system. Here is your pen. So these are many complaints verb have been. So these are the example. Now next rule is subject verb agreement and time. The rules for time are very similar to the rules for money when it comes to subject verb agreement. Just as singular verb is used with an amount of money, a singular verb is also used with a period of time. Same we have learned in the previous slide also. The example is given. The 1920s is the backdrop. It is an example sentence. The 1920s is the backdrop of backdrop for F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel The Great Gatsby. So we have to 1920s as an refers to an individual unit of time. So this time is abstract. The noun is abstract noun. So we have to use singular verbs are used. Because singular verb is used because it is indicating an individual unit of time. 1920s. So it's the 1920s is singular verb is used because in this case it 1920 is referring a individual units of time, and time is abstract noun as you know very well. So singular verbs are always used instead of plural verbs whenever a writer refers to a period of time or unit of measurements. Whenever it is referring to a specific period of time, individual unit of time, or a individual unit of measurement, singular verbs should be used. Very important point. Now, next example sentence is given. 225 pounds is the maximum weight that I can deadlift right now. In this case, also singular verbs 225 pounds. It is indicating about the total pounds. So, in this case, also it refers to a individual pounds. Individual pounds. So 225 pounds. So it is indicating about the amount of money. So in this case also we have to use a singular verb. 225 pounds. Singular verb is the maximum weight that I can deadlift right now. So just as a singular verb is used with an amount of money, a singular verb is used also with a period of time. We have seen in the example the 1920s, an amount of money 225 pounds about the weight. So it is also indicating about the individual units of weight. So when dealing with periods of time, we have to use singular verbs, even if the time period is expressed as a plural nouns. This is because the time is being treated as a single unit, individual unit. 10 years is a long time to wait. 10 years means treated as a single unit. 3 weeks is enough time to complete the project. Here also 3 weeks is considered as a single unit. $5 is too much to pay for that. In this case, also $5 is considered as a single units. So we have to use singular verb. So let's talk about subject-verb agreement with time expression. So we have seen whenever we are using time, money, distance, or weight, and it is looking plural but are treated as singular unit, and so it will take a singular verb. 5 minutes is enough to solve this question, treated as a single unit of time. 10 years is a long time to wait. 10 years as a period of time, one block, one complete period of time, 10 years. 2 hours is required to complete the test. Means 2 hours means complete duration as one unit. 3 days is too short for a vacation. So here also 3 days are considered as a one period. 40 minutes was given for the exam. In this case, it was considered block of time. So 40 minutes was given for the exam. So plural with how it becomes the last 5 minutes. So the last 5 minutes, multiple separate units. So we have to use plural verb. Next, the next 10 years are expected to bring many changes. Singular we have learned, so no need to discuss now. We have seen many example. For plural, how it becomes plural. The last 5 minutes are always the hardest in an exam. So it considered as a last 5 minutes as a separate unit. Last 5 minutes. So we have to use plural verb. The next 10 years, it is also considered as a next 10 years. So separate unit. So we have to use plural verb. 2 hours are needed to set up the equipment. So 1 hours, 2 hours as a separate units. So we have to use plural verb. If you are saying 2 hours is required to complete the sets, so it means a single entity. 2 hours is required to complete the test. 2 hours are needed to set up the equipments, means a separate 2 hours are needed to set up the equipments. 3 days is too short for a vacation. It means as a total block. 3 days, considered as a single entity. So we have to use singular verb. 3 days are left until the deadline. So it is considered as a 3 days are left. 1 days, 2 days, 2 days, 3 days. So it is considered as a separate unit. So we have to use plural verb. Now next is 40 minutes was given for the exam. So 40 minutes. It means it is considered as a single entity. So singular verb. 40 minutes are not enough to finish the race. In this case, as a separate entity. So we have to use 40 minutes. Are not enough. Are not enough to finish the race. So it is about the subject verb agreement and time. So contrast rule plural meanings. If time is treated as a separate units, then plural verb is used. We have seen in many example. We have seen many example when it is treated as a separate entity. We have to use plural verb. Subject verb agreement and time. The last 5 minutes are always the hardest in an exam. So last 5 minutes means each of the 5 minutes is felt separately. So it is considered as a plural. So we have to use plural verb. So time as a whole unit, we have to use singular verb. Time as separate part or separate units, we have to use plural verb. So kindly note down. So incorrect and correct and explanation. First is singular subject, singular verb. So the boy play cricket, it's a wrong sentence. The boy plays cricket is correct. Singular subject, singular verb. Singular subject takes singular verb. Second rule is plural subject, plural verb. So the boys plays cricket wrong because plays is singular verb. We have to use the boy play cricket. It is a correct sentence. Plural subject takes plural verb. Subject and verb must make sense. The dog teaches math. It's a wrong because the dog does not teach math. So verb must be logically possible. The dog barks loudly is correct. It is giving logical meaning. Now next rule is connective noun. Collective noun, I will teach the all rules and everything in next video. With the help of subject verb agreement, I will teach whole part of his speech, all parts of his speech. So next video, I'm going to teach about the collective noun subject verb agreement. So collective noun, team, family, jury, in this case, the team are winning. So it is a wrong. Team as one single entity, one unit, one single team. So it will use singular verb. So the team is winning. So in this case, that is a spelling mistake is here, BRE. So the team is winning is a correct sentence. It treat as one unit. It is focusing on one team. Abstract noun. Abstract noun, honesty and beauty. This also I will make all the nouns and then discuss subject verb agreement. Separate video I will upload it very soon. Abstract noun, honesty are the best policy wrong because abstract noun are mostly singular. Honesty is the best policy. Distance, time, money, measurement, singular. It always takes singular verb. So 5 kilometers are a long distance wrong. 5 kilometers is a long distance correct. So measurement words always takes it always takes singular verbs. Subject ending in s but singular in meanings. Mathematics, physics, civics we have learned. So mathematics are easy, wrong sentence. Mathematics is easy is correct. Subjects like physics, news, politics always take singular verb. Police, cattle, peoples, plural in meanings. So police, cattle, people are plural in meanings. The police is coming. So in this case, the police are coming is correct because some nouns look singular but are plural. Police are plural, cattle are plural, people are plural. So the police are coming. So some nouns look singular but are plural. Now, next rule is either, neither, each, every, which I explained in the first video also, subject verb agreement. I explained the rule of each, either, each, every, either, neither, or everything, neither, nor. So it takes singular verb. So each of the boys are clever, wrong. Each of the boys is clever, correct. Because each either, neither, each, every always take singular verb. Or nor verb agrees with the nearest subject. Or nor verb agrees with the nearest subject. Either Ramesh or his friends is here. It's wrong because it agrees with the rule of proximity. Means agrees with the nearest subject. So either Ramesh or his friends are here. Friends plural. So we have to use are. So or nor always follow rule of proximity. Means verb agrees with the nearest subject. So verb agrees with the subject closer to its rule of proximity. Next is with, along with, together with, ignore second subject. Very important point. With, along with, together with, ignore second subject. The teacher along with students are here. Wrong. The teacher along with students is here. When we are using along with or together with in our sentences, it ignores second subjects. So here we have to take care the main subject. The teacher is here. The teacher along with student is here. So we have to focus at first subject. Whether it is singular, the verb should be singular. If it is plural, the verb should be plural. So only the first subject decides the verb when we are using along with, together with in our sentences. Now, none of plural nouns, none of the boys has come. So when we are using none of in our sentences, it always takes plural noun. So none of the boys has come. So in this case, none of the boys have come. So when none of we are using with plural noun, plural verb preferred. So always take very important point when we are using none of in our sentences, it always takes plural subject and plural verb. Next is uncountable nouns always take singular verb. The furniture are costly. The furniture is costly. It is correct. Because uncountable nouns take singular verbs. Furniture, luggage, scenery, advice. It always takes singular verb. Subject joined by and always take plural verb. Bread and butter is tasty. Wrong. Bread and butter are tasty. So whenever we are joining two subject with and, we have to use plural verb. Exception if it refers to one idea, then singular verb is used. Bread and butter is my favorite breakfast. That time it is a singular verb. So that time it is my bread and butter means it is my livelihoods. That time it is used singular verb because it refers to one idea. Otherwise, and joined by subjects, it always uses plural verbs. So bread and butter are tasty means separately it is considered as a separate subject. Relative pronouns who, which, that verb agrees with antecedent. She is one of the girls who is clever. So we have to look at the closest subjects, that is a girls. She is one of the girls who are clever, not who is clever. Verbs agree with antecedents. So girls. So who refers to girls? It carries plural verbs. This I will explain the pronoun and different types all subject verb agreement rules with pronoun also. I will make separate video. So relative pronoun who, which, that verb agrees with antecedent. She is one of the girls who is clever. So it agrees, the verb should be agrees with antecedent. Antecedent is girls, so we have to use plural verb. Who refers to girls, so plural verbs. Who refers to girls, so we have to use plural verbs. So for common mistake what we will do, so examiners love to give subject verb mismatch errors where the verb does not make sense with the subject. So common subject verb mistakes, non-living things given human verbs. So these are the mistake. The table is eating foods, it's a wrong. Non-living things given human verbs, it is illogical. So the table is made of food, it is a correct one. A table can't eat, only living beings can. Second thing is animals given wrong action. The dog teaches mathematics. Dogs don't teach. So verb teaches does not make sense. The dog barks loudly. It is correct one. Now, mismatch of singular, plural plus logical meaning also. The boy play cricket. The boy plays cricket. That is a correct one because the boy is singular subject, so singular verb. The boy play cricket. It is also the boys play cricket means plural subject, plural verb. So here both number and logic must match. And sentences should be correct by based on the singular, plural verb subject, and it should be logical also. Non subject verb mismatch. Second, fourth, they are giving unrealistic action with subject. The sun drinks water in the morning. It's wrong. The sun shines brightly in the morning. The sun does not drink its shine. Abstract noun with wrong verbs. Honesty are the best policy. No, honesty is the best policy because abstract noun always takes singular verb. So definition of abstract nouns, we know it. An abstract noun refers to a concept, quality, or a state that cannot be perceived. So this we will learn in the next video, the all different types of nouns, and then afterwards along with the subject verb agreements. Thanks for watching. If you found this video beneficial, kindly like, share, and subscribe. Be consistent, be perseverance. Best of luck for your coming exam. Stay consistent. Kindly watch my next series.